Imagine this. You got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, even though at that moment your bed was much more tempting than doing any work. So you then get picked up by a minivan, right? Full of guys sitting in the minivan. And you drive to a very, very large plant. And after going through the procedures of getting past the gate and organizing your tools, you wait for your foreman so that you can actually start the job. And you wait, and you wait, and you wait. Finally, somebody shows up, an operator that will take you to the job site. So you follow him and you get there and you stand. The operator starts to ask some questions about hazards and controls to your foreman. You cannot really hear what they're saying, but for you it's fine. They ask you to sign, so you sign. And they ask you to sign again, so you sign again. By then you really are in a state of rush. You want to get on with it because you want to finish on time, because you want to get home on time. Hi everybody, welcome to this vlog on waste in safety. And this time we're going to talk about a very frustrating aspect of safety, of waste in safety, and that's waiting. So waiting in safety often takes the form of waiting for key inputs like approvals to start jobs. So what is truly amazing to me is that most companies have no clue how much time they spend on waiting. So if you ask them, so how much waiting time do you have in this safety process? They say, a lot. So they describe these long queues in the morning of executors, people doing the work that have to wait before they can start. And there's this frantic organization chaos that happens in usually the early morning. So this is waiting time. It's time spent on safety. But the problem is here, it's non-value adding time. It doesn't add any value to waiting. So value adding time spent on safety would be like a thorough discussion between somebody doing the job and an operator about the hazards and the control measures and finding that they truly understand each other. Non-value adding waiting is a just-in-time problem, and that's classic lean. Wasting time because the authorization process is not just in time has several negative consequences. The first one, it costs money. Remember that the waiting time, the cost associated with that is the time waiting times the hourly rate times the crew size. So it really adds up. And it also really adds up because it happens every single day. The second one is loss of production. So usually production losses are recorded and they are reported upon. But in a lot of cases, these production losses are labeled as maintenance. But maybe really you should make a split up between really value adding hands-on tool time, value adding like safety preparations, like the discussion, have a proper discussion about safety, and the non-value adding waiting time, like just standing and waiting around and getting really frustrated. So all these costs really add up. For a site that's on full capacity, the non-value adding waiting time can be staggering if you relate it to production loss. So the last and certainly not the least of the negative consequences of waiting is loss of focus and starting jobs in a rushed state. So in order to enable people to start in a safe state, you have to offer them limited or no waiting time at all. Otherwise they will be rushed. And if lots of people are actually waiting, so there's lots of contractors standing in a queue, the people handing out on the permits and starting the jobs will also be in a rushed state, and they won't have any focus on making the start of these jobs really safe. And then you do not do this thorough verification of, do these guys understand what they're going to do? Do you understand my plant? So waiting time is truly a classic type of waste.